Hello, welcome. My name is Wendy. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am here to show you a fun technique today. This is the partial die cutting technique. So I'm using the Bouquet Bloom stamp set, layering circles framelits, and I'm going to create a partial die cut. Here's the trick with partial die cutting. You basically have to tape your die in place wherever you want it to cut, and then the way you layer your cutting plates or your clear plates on the Big Shot is the key. So what I like to do is I like to back my bottom cutting plate up a little bit, place my paper and my die cut in the area that I want it to cut in, and then place the other clear plate over the top, lining it up as well so that it will pinch and cut just in the area that I want it to cut. Excuse me. And so now I'm going to run this through, and this is on a card base. So this card base is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and then it is scored at 5 1/2. So I knew where my score line was. Then I like to take a T-square ruler and draw a little line where I'm going to trim away the excess. If you happen to be hearing little tick tick taps right now of puppy dog nails, that is because Miss Truvy just came in the room to visit me. For those of you who are new to my channel or don't know, I have 3 dogs, one of which is a Vizsla, and she really loves to be with me all of the time. Okay, so we have this awesome Whisper White cardstock covered in gorgeous colors. We've got Gorgeous Grape, Poppy Parade, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Coastal Cabana. And then I'm taking those same exact colors and I'm stamping right over the area that I have ink blended. Now you might be asking, okay, why wouldn't you just use the solid color cardstock? Because Stampin' Up! Makes cardstock in all of these colors. And you are absolutely right. I totally could just use the colored cardstock and stamp directly on that. However, when you do this technique where you ink blend and then you stamp, you get variation in tones and colors. And like on that one that I just stamped, for example, I'm stamping kind of in between the Mango Melody and the Poppy Parade and getting that beautiful orangey, glowy color. I couldn't do that if I was stamping on solid cardstock. Also, I can stamp in areas that are a little bit lighter and a little bit darker, and I get this really cool variation in color for the flowers. I definitely recommend trying this technique. It's not one that you necessarily would do all the time. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it is really, really fun, and the outcome of the flowers are gorgeous. So I'm also stamping these leaves. Now there's no die cuts for these leaves, FYI. So I'm actually going to hand cut those out. It took a little time because they're pretty intricate, but they came out really cute and totally worth the hand cutting to get those. The rest of these have dies, and so I went to my Big Shot and I cut them all out, and I have all of these gorgeous pieces to create some gorgeous cards. So for this card, I measured the circle that would fit over this die cut, and I'm taking a piece of scrap paper and stamping off once, and then stamping the wreath onto the card base where that circle is cut. Now, I recommend trying this with this bundle specifically because it just makes a gorgeous finished product, and you could do so many different things. There is this little kind of like bouquet already created for you in this stamp set and dies, and so I thought about trying that, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna build my own. Sorry, my dog is snoring. She's now curled up in the chair with me, and she's decided to go to sleep and start snoring. Shh, stop it. So anyway, back to the flowers. So now I'm just taking all of these flowers and I am arranging them kind of however I think that they will look nice, and building them as I go and deciding as I go what I want where and stuff like that. And so while I'm doing all of this and then going to adhere it down and put it in place, we should have story time, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we have story time? So last week was spring break and we went to the movies and we saw How to Train Your Dragon 3, and I cried. I cried in the dragon cartoon movie about the dragons leaving. I don't want to give it away, but the dragons leave, and Toothless, who has been with Hiccup from the very beginning, like, he left him for a girlfriend, a wife, and it was so sad, like, watching all the dragons leave, and they were no longer going to be, like, this land of dragons anymore with the people. I legitimately hear myself telling you this and understand that there's a good chance I belong in a padded room. I just am saying to you that, like, it made me really sad. Sometimes these cartoons are super sad. And I looked at my daughter and I was like, "You're not crying?" And she's like, "No, you are." I'm like, "Yes, it's so sad. How are you not crying? The dragons are all leaving." So we did that, and we had some movie nights here at home, and we just, I don't know, hung out. We had family day one day where my sister came over with her kids and we all just hung out and the kids played, and that was lovely because usually when sister is here it's all work, work, work. And so when she came over and we were able to just hang out like normal family members and play and watch our kids play together, it was really nice. I did some work. I worked a lot actually on Monday and Tuesday because I wanted to be able to take the rest of the week off and not work so much. And so I got a lot of blog posts and stuff prepared and ready for the following week. I'm really sorry about my dog snoring. I'm doing everything I can to make her stop and it's not working. It's like she's congested this morning and she's not. Can you stop breathing like that? What's wrong with you? So, anyway, so that's what we did. We had a really good week. Nothing crazy, nothing exciting as far as like going on any major trips or anything like that. We just kind of hung close to home, and sometimes those are the best vacations where you just hang close to home and you do the fun stuff. So back to this card really quick. I don't know if you noticed, but I used press and seal wrap to pick all these pieces up and make them be in place. And then I'm showing you exactly what it takes to cover the back of this with all of the dimensional stuff to add it to the card. So then I'll peel the backing off all the dimensions and I'll place it down on my card base. So yeah, okay, I'm trying really hard to make this dog stop snoring. It's hysterical. Okay, so anyway, so that was our week. What is coming up? Because this video is being publicized on the 29th of March. And so on Monday, April 1st, is going to be some really fun stuff happening. So for two things. First of all, this is your last chance, your last weekend to get free stuff with a $50 order through Celebration. Celebration ends on March 31st. So super important to know that. Also super important to know that if you want to purchase the starter kit and join my team with the awesome deal, this is the last weekend to do it. So not the last weekend ever. It's just to get the deal. And the deal is you get $175 in product for just 99 bucks, which is amazing. And you get to choose the product. It's not product that Stampin' Up! Picks for you. You get to pick whatever you want. So now I'm stamping in Gorgeous Grape. So if you want to take advantage of that awesome deal, I highly, highly, highly recommend purchasing the starter kit before March 31st, before the end of the day, March 31st. And again, you'll get $175 in product You only pay $99 and the shipping is free. It's an awesome deal. And then I'm going to add this piece of DSP here under this part because I wanted that part to stand out from the top flap. The other thing is that on April 1st, I am starting an awesome series the entire month of April called Celebrating Women. And I have a really cool Stampin' Anonymous tutorial that's being released. And I'm excited to share stories with you about the women in my life. I'm not a cat. Okay, click on either one of the images that you see here to watch another video. Click on the circle with my face in it to subscribe to my channel. I hope you have an awesome day and visit me again. Bye-bye.